A ruling today by the state Supreme Court on Louisville's minimum wage ordinance having an immediate impact here in Lexington on the recent increase to minimum wage here.
A Southern Kentucky man in jail charged with DUI after police say he crashed his car into a home.
Green Bay is known for three things: the Packers, beer, and of course, cheese. I'm Jamie Yukas in Green Bay, Wisconsin, with a look at the game coming up.
This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon. Sam Dick and Amber Philpott reporting. A ruling today by the state Supreme Court has invalidated Lexington's minimum wage ordinance.
The state's high court struck down Louisville's minimum wage law, saying the council overstepped its authority when it raised wages. Lexington's ordinance was similar to Louisville's law. Our Hillary Thornton has more on what this means for workers now. It's our top story at 4:30.
While that Kentucky Supreme Court ruling was on Louisville's ordinance, it is having an immediate impact here in Lexington, making the city's recent minimum wage increase invalid. According to that ruling, the court says wages are regulated at the state level and that Louisville's ordinance conflicts with state law. After that ruling coming down, Mayor Jim Gray's office releasing a statement saying, quote, "This opinion effectively prevents cities, including Lexington, from increasing the minimum wage. Lexington's local minimum wage ordinance has been invalidated." The city spokesperson going on to say that is effective immediately. Last fall, in a 9-6 vote, the Lexington Fayette Urban County Council increasing minimum wage in Lexington to $8.20 an hour. Next July, it would have increased again to $9.15 an hour. The current federal minimum wage sits at $7.25. Councilmember Jennifer Masadi is a big advocate of the increase and says they knew that this was a possibility from the start.
What I feel bad about is those that are, as a result of this decision today, those are less fortunate that are having money taken out of their pockets that they thought that they'd be getting.
City leaders say it will now be up to individual employers to decide if they will cut back the pay of workers who have already benefited from the increase that went into effect on July 1st. Councilmember Masadi says while she is disappointed in this ruling, she does accept it and is now calling on state lawmakers to pass a bill that would increase the minimum wage. In Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
And coming up at 6, you will hear from other council members and some business owners here in Lexington. A Southern Kentucky man is in jail accused of crashing his car into a house. Police say he admitted to smoking marijuana.
And police say it's not the first time that John Paul Sizemore has faced a DUI. WKYT's Phil Pendleton has more from Laurel County.
John Paul Sizemore remains here in the Laurel County Jail a day after this accident. It happened yesterday afternoon about 1 o'clock on Hawk Creek Road. Police say that Sizemore may have been under the influence of marijuana when he crashed into the house. He was also charged with leaving the scene of an accident. Now, police say Sizemore first ran over a mailbox, then crashed into the house. The house was vacant, no one was there, but police say Sizemore was arrested because he told them he had smoked marijuana the night before and that he had faced driving under the influence charges before. Police say he walked away from the scene and was found about 300 yards away. Police say there was minimal property damage, but they say this could have been a lot worse.
Crossed over onto the wrong side of the road when he hit the mailbox in the house, so if approaching traffic had been coming towards him, there would have been a head-on collision. So all kinds of bad things could have happened as a result.
Now, I just spoke with Sizemore in jail. He tells me there's a very good explanation for all of this. You will hear his story coming up at 5:30. But for now, in Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Police say a witness saw the crash and called them yesterday. We had record highs yesterday, but it's about to get a whole lot colder, as Chris has been telling us all week, and it is coming now.
Some areas are seeing some heavy rain. We want to check in now with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. Hi, Chris.
Hi, guys. Strong thunderstorms now going severe into parts of central Kentucky, and that is a sign of this big change. You go from 80s to by Saturday morning 30, something has to give in between, and that's in the form of some gusty thunderstorms coming at us in waves. But we're going to watch this line now across parts of central Kentucky. That may begin to increase a little bit over the next couple of hours as it takes aim on the Lexington Metro here in the next 1 to 2 hours. What we're looking at on your Defender radar network is that broken line of thunderstorms now from not too far away from the Woodford-Mercer County line back to the north of Campbellsville. That's a severe thunderstorm warning now out until 5 o'clock. That does include much of Marion County, Lebanon, over toward the Bradfordsville area. Gravel Switch included in that as well. Defenders tracking this as a hail producer, taking it toward Gravel Switch, and there you see the 1 hour cone would take that toward Lancaster and maybe western parts of Jessamine County. Another very strong storm now on 127 here between Salvisa and Harrodsburg. That is likely putting down some pea-sized hail, ton of thunder and lightning, and some very gusty winds. Let me switch this over to 3D Defender. Notice the tallest thunderstorm that we are looking at is the one that has the warning with it there into Marion County. But all of these storms are lifting to the east, northeast, and a little thunder and lightning now showing up here on the Woodford and Franklin County line. All of that action is gradually going to press into the Lexington Metro over the next hour. Additional showers into parts of eastern Kentucky, nothing strong there. Future radar, though, we take it hour by hour. Notice that increase into central Kentucky through 8 o'clock this evening. Then it is game on for widespread showers that will not only take us through the rest of the evening, but right on into the start of tomorrow. Those rain chances will continue to go up, and guys, the temperature crash is already occurring just to our west.
Thank you, Chris. The University of Kentucky dedicating the new Don and Kathy Jacobs Science Building. The new science building received a $65 million donation from UK Athletics and $10 million from the Don Jacobs Senior Charitable Foundation. And now this $112 million facility is considered the epicenter of the university's scientific community. The UK leaders say the building will allow students and faculty to learn in new ways in a new environment.
We had a science building that was very traditional, large classrooms, students sat in fixed seats and looked at the professor at the front of the room. This building allows students to really interact with each other as well as the professor and conduct types of learning and experiences that they never had before.
Very impressive. The new science building is the largest active learning space on campus.
The Chicago Bears and Green Bay Packers have been rivals since 1921.
Wow. And tonight they meet again for the 193rd time, and the stakes could not be higher for either team. Jamie Yukas is outside the historic Lambeau Field.
Driving down Shadow Lane, under the literal shadow of Lambeau Field, is easy to spot enthusiasm for football. These Chicago fans have now leased this house for every Bears-Packers game for the next 20 years.
So does it kind of kill you when the rival team moves into the house then?
You know, it's tough, but, you know, their money's green.
That's why a number of the homes are top to bottom green and gold and rent for thousands.
When you walk in this room, this is
Extreme.
It's extreme. I like that word better. It's extreme. After the Bears won the Super Bowl in '85, Chicago fans started making fun of Green Bay fans by calling them cheeseheads. But the last laugh was on them when Wisconsin totally embraced it.
We're the #1 cheese state. We're known all over the world for cheese.
John Pagel helped me into the dairy barn that houses 6,500 cows and is as big as 6 football fields. Each cow produces 10 gallons of milk a day to make the farm's 15 different cheeses. Turns out, cheese pairs well with
beer #1.
Brent Weicker started Titletown Brewing Company in 1996. His beer makers work to perfect 13 beers at a time.
This is actually where the magic happens. There's a massive yeast party in there, and they're just eating, they're making baby yeast.
It then gets put into kegs and into the cooler.
How much beer do we think is in here right now?
Oh geez, that's a good question.
Oh geez.
They do 8,000 barrels a year, and consumption doesn't swing with the season. But beer is sometimes named after Packer players.
This is our Johnny Blood. What better way to name her after one of our great Irishmen? And my grandma knew him, so.
Because even with 100,000 people in Green Bay, this is still a small town. Jamie Yukas, CBS News, Green Bay, Wisconsin.
The scandal that reached the top of the Fox network is coming to prime time. That's ahead on WKYT News at 4:30.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Well, we continue to deal with a big weather change rolling across the Bluegrass State today, and right on cue, producing some strong thunderstorms out there. Busy. Defender Radar Network, let's get after it. Severe thunderstorms into parts of Marion County, and that's a line of thunderstorms beginning to increase a bit as it heads toward the east and the northeast, and likely to impact the Lexington metro and south over the next couple of hours. Right now, this line increasing a bit toward the southwest into parts of Taylor County, though the actual severe thunderstorm warning is now from Lebanon toward the east, though just looking at radar, strongest part of this storm has developed back toward the southwest. That severe thunderstorm warning, Marion County, will go until the top of the hour. Another strong thunderstorm here from Salvisa, right on top of 127. Harrodsburg, it's been raining for a little while. That is crossing over into southern parts of Woodford County, Nicholasville, southern Fayette County. We'll keep an eye on that as it continues to slide toward the east and the northeast. We go into 3D mode. Now we're starting to see these thunderstorms that are lining up here. Check that out. And the tallest one is still the one that has the warning, but the one behind it is really starting to catch it just a little bit. Don't be surprised if we don't pop another warning or two from this line as it begins to race toward the east. Danville into Boyle County, we're looking toward the west now. That storm will be on top of you in about an hour from now. Lexington, light rain coming in on the west side of town, but even though we're not looking at a true thunderstorm right now from Georgetown over to Frankfort, you're getting in on some rumbles of thunder and had a couple of lightning strikes showing up from the Frankfort area into northern parts of Woodford County. We'll watch this thunderstorm that is heading toward Nicholasville and southern parts of Lexington over the next little bit. Flemingsburg, Carlisle, Owingsville. Raining. Southeastern Kentucky had some big-time thunderstorms producing a little hail there earlier into the mountains. Here's that line that is coming together now from roughly the Lexington metro back toward Bowling Green. Cold front number 1 into the area now. Cold front number 2 has that push of much colder air coming into play over the next couple of days. Tomorrow's forecast, far cry from where we have been. Upper 40s to start, mid 50s. You get in on rain first half of the day. You get deeper into the afternoon. Chances are skies will clean up a little bit. Hey, tomorrow evening for a night out on the town, yeah, dress for the heart of fall. It's going to feel it finally. Showers will slowly taper off, windy and chilly. We'll start the day on Saturday in the 30s. It's a windy and a chilly day, even with sunshine. Great looking fall day on Sunday, breezy with pleasant temperatures overall across most of central and eastern Kentucky. Hour by hour forecast tracking what should be an increasing band of thunderstorms into central and eastern Kentucky over the next several hours. Seeing that coming together right now. Look at the rain early tomorrow morning, middle of the day. Still some drops into central Kentucky. The clouds are going to be awfully stubborn to get on out of eastern Kentucky. I think eastern, southeastern parts of the state, you're going to stay socked into the clouds for the better part of tomorrow. Chilly for high school football fans. Downright cold Saturday morning with 30s. Into the afternoon on Saturday, 50s. May not feel that warm because of a gusty wind that can crank to around 20 miles an hour. Commonwealth Stadium Saturday evening. Dress the part, my friends. Temperatures in the 40s. For most of the game with a wind, still gusty 10-15 miles an hour. Sunday looks really good though, 65 degrees, low 60s early next week. Next threat for some showers and thunderstorms coming Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Storms right now though, guys, getting ready to get back into the Lexington metro in about an hour from now.
I had to tweet you earlier today because it was
You're
raining. I wasn't for sure what it was, so I wanted to make sure.
It's been a while. Did you hear your lawn out there? Gulp,
Saying
gulp,
thank you.
gulp.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chris.
Silent auction, live auction, dinner, dancing, and more. It's all a part of the 10-year anniversary for Mission Lexington. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about with a preview today.
A place for people in need to get medical attention is celebrating 10 years in Lexington.
It's called Mission Lexington, and our Deanne Stevens is out and about with more on their fall fling. Hi, Deanne.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. We are here at Mission Lexington, located right off of Martin Luther King Boulevard. Listen, a little earlier we were telling you about all of the incredible services they offer. It's all of your medical needs under one roof, and it's free to Lexington residents who qualify for it. They're celebrating 10 years in Lexington. Chris Skidmore is with us, and they're doing that with a big fall fling. Tell us about your fall fling, Chris.
November the 4th at the Signature Club, we're having a dinner gala with a fun live auction, silent auction, and the Acoustic Cats are singing. Meal by catering by Donna.
Fantastic. We were telling folks a little bit earlier, for those maybe who are just now tuning in, real quickly, just give them the gist of what you guys do here and why you need events like the Fall Fling to continue the funds.
Free medical care, free vision care, free pharmacy care, free mental health care for low-income Lexington residents who are uninsured and over the age of 18. There's a tremendous need in Kentucky, in Lexington, for the care for people that may be working 2 and 3 jobs and don't have health insurance that are provided by any of their employers.
And for more information, folks can check that out at missionlexington.org. Now let's get to the party, because this party helps fund what you guys are doing here. With that fall fling, there's a great silent auction, right? Tell us about some of the items we're seeing.
Yeah, we're going to have some wine that's been donated, gift baskets. This is a car spa for $500 worth of care, and pamper yourself. Some of our live auction items include a trip to Las Vegas with free airfare, free hotel stay, and a show. We have a sailing package you can sail on an America's Cup yacht with free with airfare included to San Francisco. A meal catered by Donna for 10 of your closest friends. A meal catered by Sam and Pam McGee with Everett and Alicia McCorvey as your entertainment for the evening. A golf package that includes rounds at a local country club and lessons and coaching by the local golf pro.
I mean, the list goes on, and I understand there's even more. Now, how do you get tickets? You go to missionlexington.org. The event is not until November 4th, but from what I understand, very few tickets now available. I'm Deanne Stevens at Mission Lexington. Back to you guys.
Deanne, thank you. Just a great organization, and they do so much for so many folks.
So much of it's free.
Absolutely.
Can't beat that.
Martin Sheen hits the books, plus find out why Tyler Perry doesn't celebrate Halloween.
Suzanne Marquez has your eye on entertainment.
The Roger Ailes scandal is heading for prime time. The director of the Academy Award-winning film Spotlight, director Tom McCarthy, has signed on as executive producer of a miniseries about the Fox News chairman who was ousted after accusations of sexual harassment. No word yet on where it will air. There are both tricks and treats in Tyler Perry's newest movie. Boo! A Medea Halloween includes wild parties, scary clowns, and goblins.
Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jesus!
Perry says he doesn't actually celebrate Halloween.
It's not that I have a issue with the holiday itself. It's just I'm not into the witches and demons and goblins and scaring folks and things like that. That just doesn't work for me.
Medea returns to theaters on Friday. And Martin Sheen cracked open the books for a special reading of Anne of Green Gables.
I don't understand, said Matthew.
The actor stars in a TV movie revival of the classic children's story airing on PBS on Thanksgiving. He took questions from a young audience.
Do you like playing your role? Yes, I love playing Matthew. I've had great fun doing it.
Even so, Sheen told the students his favorite role of all time was playing President Bartlett in The West Wing. Suzanne Marquez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Service dogs are always hard at work, but when they get some playtime, it can be quite humorous. We'll show you why right after the break.
What was that falling from the sky? And we haven't seen it in weeks, really.
I ran out. I have mums on the front porch, and I ran out to shove them out in the water so they could get a good drink of water. And Chris Bailey, a lot of folks are seeing a lot of good rain right now.
Yeah, we are. Problem with it, though, it's coming with a bit of a price. We got strong thunderstorms bearing down right now across the Lexington Metro and Point South. Even a severe thunderstorm warning that is ready to expire. But this line is increasing right now in intensity and coverage, and it's going to be a big-time rainmaker as it blows into central Kentucky. Lexington, thunder and lightning is going to increase rapidly over the next 10-15 minutes or so. So a lot of those middle school football games that are ongoing out there, maybe soccer, we're going to have some issues. Nicholasville, Harrodsburg, back into Lebanon there into Marion County with that severe thunderstorm warning that expires in just a few minutes. But look at all the lightning back into Taylor County, north of the Campbellsville area. All of that lifting to the east and the northeast and putting down some very heavy rains. That line's going to continue to increase, and we'll track it as the heavy rains get ready to move back into the Lexington area. Had some rain earlier. Roads are wet. Let's check in and see how traffic is moving. Here's Officer Don.
Well, Well, overall, we cleared the two major incidents we had over in the Hamburg area. That's at Sir Barton and Starshoot. The intersection's back open. Tates Creek and Albany, we're moving again there as well. US 27, Garrett County, near Kemper Lane, there's an injury collision. That has US 27 shut down right now as police are dealing with that situation. Drive times to Nicholasville still about 15 minutes and less than 15 to Versailles. Now back to the studio.
Officer Don, thank you. An act of kindness in the school lunchroom and service dogs let loose. It's the video that will have you talking. Take a look at this.
All right, gather the kids around. This is worth listening to. This is a really touching story. A New Mexico boy is telling his mom to pack him 2 lunches for school every day. But it isn't for him. The second lunch is for another boy who eats by himself. Josette Duran says the boy she was helping feed would only eat a fruit cup every day at lunch because his mom lost her job and couldn't afford to pay his school lunches. So when that boy's mother found out, she tried to pay back Duran, but Duran would not take the money. Then the volleyball team that Duran coaches raised $400 to pay her back. But Duran took that money and paid off every single past due lunch account at that school. Now, not a single student owes any money for lunch.
That is pretty awesome, right?
Warms your heart.
Yeah. Service dogs are always on the job, so like any hard worker, they deserve some play too. A couple of funny pics of service pups at play are blowing up online. A Twitter pic of one service dog posing for his own caricature drawing at Disneyland has been shared more than 50,000 times. And check out this one. Another service dog was spotted watching the action ringside at a Nashville Predators hockey game and above a pedigree dog.
Who knew dogs liked hockey?
Well, he was really into it, and he never gets to watch. He's always working.
Front row seat,
yeah.
which you have for this newscast.
Absolutely.
Much more to come now at 5 o'clock.